Let's also take a look at what else is happening today. We're going to give you a live look at San Francisco. Absolutely beautiful sunrise. The Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Meeting, or APEC, is underway. It runs through Friday. World leaders are there the rest of the week to discuss economic relations with each other. And now today's meeting is the big one between President Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping. It comes after a number of flare-ups between the two nations.
From the U.S. shooting down that Chinese spy balloon to escalating military tensions over U.S. ally Taiwan. ABC 10's Bridget Biorlo is joining us in the studio this morning. So, Bridget, what can we expect at the summit today?
Well, good morning, Bria and Walt. President Biden wants to get the U.S. relationship with China back on track, back to a place where the two leaders can pick up the phone and talk to one another in times of crisis. Right now, they really can't do that. They're set to meet today in San Francisco on what will be their first face-to-face meeting in about a year, with Biden's top goal restoring military ties. It's also Chinese President Xi's first visit to the U.S. since 2017 when Donald Trump was president and before the COVID-19 pandemic. So a lot has changed in the last 6 years. The point of the meeting happening this morning is to manage tensions between the U.S. and China, to keep competition in check, and reopen lines of communication. The leaders are expected to talk trade, climate change, fentanyl, and U.S. ally Taiwan, with President Biden also expected to bring up the war in Israel. Analysts say more than anything, the trip is a symbolic one.
I don't think there's a lot that's really going to come out of this. If somebody's going to expect a big breakthrough, I think they're going to be disappointed. But I think it is just old-fashioned diplomacy, whether it be relationship building. There might be some agreements on some economic issues. But, there's a lot of issues over the world. We're on very opposite sides of things, even in Gaza right now. China and it has a much closer relationship with Iran than the United States does, for example. But it's very important to have communication. And that's what I think this meeting ultimately is all about.
Just opening that dialogue, a lot of analysts view as a sign of progress for the two countries. Over on the streets of San Francisco, meanwhile, there is high security right now, even protests. Clashes happening yesterday between a large group of China supporters and anti-China demonstrators. They were dueling in the streets. Later today, more protests are expected, with those crowds demanding a ceasefire in Gaza. That's what we're expected later today. So a lot going on in the Bay Area. If you're headed that way today,